Madden holiday is here and we will play all night. Calling sick and sound sincere, in tackles will delight. The fridge is packed with drink and meat, the taste of victory sure is sweet.
All right, it's the Super Bowl 56 preview show. So, yeah, I'll explain why it is you're suddenly seeing footage from a game between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and New York Jets. It's a very, very long story. I'll get to it as soon as I can because, yeah, this whole thing was kind of aggravating to get footage for. And also, this probably won't be an hour and 40 minutes long like the last one did. There's not going to be as many commercial breaks, but don't worry, there'll still be a few. Like, here's one, for example.
It began as a game. It turned into a battle. And now, it's out of control. Blood Bowl 2, coming January 28th. This time, it's war.
Hey, it's starting to cave in.
The men of emergency, meeting every challenge, risked their lives to save a young boy. Saturday at 8, 7 Central Time. Then on NBC's Saturday Night at the Movies, Steve McQueen, super cool. Faye Dunaway, just plain super.
Whose head are you after?
Yours.
Mine.
The Thomas Crown Affair comes to television for the first time, Saturday at 9, 8 Central Time.
I mean, there we go, right off the bat. I did Bud Bowl during the previous Super Bowl Super Bowl preview special, and, it made sense to just do Bud Bowl 2, didn't it? And also a preview of something from 1972. Hopefully, if that didn't get copyright claimed because of the footage from, the original Thomas Crown Affair with Steve McQueen and Faye Dunaway. Hopefully. Where was I again? Oh, yeah, aggravating as to why there was, and there still might actually be footage from that Tampa Bay New York game you're seeing. I'm not entirely sure just yet, but yeah, basically this was really aggravating in that, first off, I kept getting signed out of the EA servers. Like, I would be into the EA servers, and I would be off the EA servers. And I'd be into the EA servers, and I'd be off. And so it was constantly kicking me out while I was trying to record footage for this, and it just was not working. And then after that, I naturally just said, okay, I'll click on exhibition. Okay, the big, game of the week preview thing is obviously the Super Bowl, so I'll just click on that. I had 2 controllers set up. I was ready to expand the quarters out so that we can get the more full game feel to it. And it just threw me right into the game playing as the Rams for some reason. Well, no, actually, I did get a chance to select as the Rams, but I couldn't expand the quarters out or anything like that. And so I sat there with with 2 controllers turned on, had to sit through a quarter to get, when I finally turned one controller off, and added to all of that, there's like a dead space because I was trying to fix the settings and just trying to see if I could do anything to make the game experience better, and it just didn't work. So, we'll be jumping into the game footage right around here, I am guessing. Also, for the thumbnail, I'd like to apologize to Cincinnati Bengals fans, but yeah, NFL Throwback just didn't do like a condensed version of either of your Super Bowl games. The only one I could find was the full game for Super Bowl 23, and it's like I don't want to download the whole game just to get a screen grab from it. So yeah, your picture's from the half-hour Super Bowl recap thing that airs every January, I guess February now, when Super Bowl season rolls around. So yeah, that's why your pictures look a little off. Again, kind of what happens when your team only goes to 2 Super Bowls, and at least you got in this year. I mean, a big surprise. You should be really happy. So I just hope the game's good because let's face it, we've had some snoozers in the Super Bowl. Some snoozers in the Super Bowl the last few years, and again, with how great the playoffs have been right up until this point, I hope that doesn't mean we're due for another one. Anyway, as a way to try to get the footage for this game to be a bit more interesting and fun, I basically had to play really bad defense and try to let Cincinnati score on a few occasions, and, well, that's kind of what I had to do, basically. And, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of weird points in here, too. Like, I don't know if this got recorded or not, but at some point I got invited to participate in an online Madden tournament with some people. I can't remember the name. It's like, maybe that would have been a bit more entertaining than me getting my butt kicked on a routine basis. But yeah, I just try to stay away from the online stuff. Like I have actually, back when I had my PS3, I did participate in a few online contests. I do have kind of a winning record, but that's mainly because the other team just dropped out. Either their internet went or they didn't like the way the game was going and they just rage quit. So, yeah, it really doesn't feel like it counts in my book, does it? So, obviously, I'm cutting up these quarters a little bit here. So, even then, we're still not getting the whole 6-minute, to be honest, 6 to 10 minute experience, because you can record 10 minutes at a time, but it's 6-minute quarters and Anyway, where was I? Anyway, you're going to come to a bit of a drawback here. This is where I think maybe you see a touchdown or two. I think I picked the ball off with Jalen Ramsey, and then after that, I think I hit Odell Beckham Jr. for a touchdown on one of the next plays right after that, a long touchdown pass. And yeah, that's where kind of this problem comes up, because you start seeing this little goal for the end of the game day goal for this thing on the screen, and it's like 450 yards, and I'm nowhere near it. And we're, I believe, in the second quarter at that point. And it's like, if you want me to throw for 450 yards, I either have to throw the ball deep on every play, which means I either get intercepted or it goes incomplete a bunch of times, which is just really stupid football, if you ask me. Or I have to throw the ball on every play. That just isn't good football to me. That's just stupid, like I said. So yeah, this is where, again, maybe if you allowed me to expand the time out to 10 minutes, I could have actually tried for that $450 game, or $450-yard game day goal. But yeah, that's just not going to happen in this at all. Once more, we had Cincinnati have to be marching down the field and then tie the game up with a touchdown to tight end C.J. Uzomah. So at least in this game, he gets to play. I don't know if he gets to play in the actual game, because unfortunately, he had a really bad, I think it was MCL sprain in his in the AFC Championship game, and he was on crutches. But they seemed to think he would be okay to go, but you never know with those things. I can't say for certainty. And he's one of those guys who, had to go through some of the lean years. Him and Tyler Boyd, and a couple of years, in Burrow's rookie year, I think, caught Joe Burrow's first touchdown pass and then ruptured his Achilles tendon. Uzomah did. And so, this kind of got him a little bit of a break here. And, now it just kind of falls apart again, right before the biggest game of his life. So, yeah, hopefully you get something like this to happen for him here. And then, of course, I get the ball back right before halftime, and I manage to get down the field. I think I get a pass interference call somewhere around here, and then I get into position to kick a field goal as we head into the half, which means it's probably time for another commercial break.
Montana.
Hey, Marino.
Great game, man.
Oh, thanks.
That draw play in the second quarter, great choice.
You make a choice because it feels right.
Can I buy you one?
It's the least you can do.
Diet Pepsi, 100% NutraSweet,
Here you go. Don't drop it.
100% taste.
See you, Dan.
Joe, next year, I'm buying.
Diet Pepsi, the 1-calorie choice of a new generation.
On January 23rd, Apple Computer will announce the Macintosh Office. You can look into it, or you can go on with business as usual.
Okay, let's talk a bit more about those commercials as we head into the second half, and the Rams prepare to get the kickoff, and I believe I score another touchdown to make it a 10-point game at this point, but it's not quite over yet after that. Anyway, back to those ads. Let's, at one point I thought about doing the This Is Us Crockpot commercial that was the Super Bowl spot from a few years back, because, if you watch that show, the whole premise is Milo Ventimiglia's character is killed when the crock pot catches on fire on Super Bowl Sunday, and as he gets caught in the flames as he's trying to get the dog out. And basically because This Is Us was running after the Super Bowl that year, I believe it was Super Bowl 52 between the Eagles and Patriots, they did a sort of jokey ad with Milo Ventimiglia forgiving the crockpot for killing him, and the hashtag of "This is not Crockpot's fault." And I'm like, it's the last season of This Is Us. I had a kind of joke. I think at one point I said to someone that, the final episode is going to be the crockpot coming back for its revenge. So I thought, hey, we'll throw that in there. And they're like, oh, well, that's pretty recent. That could wind up getting copyright claimed. So, yeah, I thought otherwise and changed my mind. The tricky part about finding those commercials sometimes is just, you have to be really careful because sometimes you're just not paying attention and there's some sort of licensed song that pops up in them. For example, if you saw my review of Volume 2 of The Unwritten, there's this commercial of Cincinnati Bengals quarterback Ken Anderson shilling coffee, and I had originally included that in a Madden video, but I had to take it out because there's an Electric Light Orchestra song playing in the background, so it's either I completely delete out the sound or I have to do something else. Likewise, when I'm looking for Marvel commercials, when I do the Marvel reviews, I can't put up any of the Lego commercials because those will also get claimed. So yeah, like Lego apparently, owns copyright over their own, which is strange because that, no other company has come after me for putting up an ad, especially one that's like 8 or 9 years old. So yeah, it's like, I don't know why Lego gets, copyright claim happy with that one. And I think when I did Godzilla Kingdom of Monsters, the second Godzilla movie, was it Kingdom of Monsters? Oh, anyway, when I did that Godzilla movie, I had to take out one of those ads because, again, there was apparently a licensed song in that one. I think it was it was one of those Godzilla Dr. Pepper ads where you see the weird like paper mache Godzilla wreaking havoc in Tokyo and then stopping because he notices a Diet Dr. Pepper or something like that. Thrilling, huh? Yeah, so, that sort of details a bit of the problem sometimes one has when trying to find these things. And I guess I should explain maybe a little bit as to why I put those commercials in there sometimes, at least with the movie reviews. And it's sort of because I wanted sort of a bridge between that and when I would do the trailer recaps and, finish everything up. And, well, I can't really do movie trailers because those will get copyright claims. So I thought, okay, well, how about I do like network promos or, a commercial that themes to it so, it looks a little bit better and it maybe has sort of a feeling to it like, okay, at least this ties in some way somehow. And that's kind of why I started doing that. Wow, that was like a 2-minute stream of consciousness from me. I don't think I've done anything like that before, at least in these audio recorded forms. It just kind of is hard to do sometimes. Like, you just get thirsty, you get tired. It can be hard to remember what it was you were talking about. Also, one last thing with the ads, and then we'll get back to the game here. I guess Cincinnati's probably scored a touchdown at this point, and I'm trying to maintain the lead, and I think you're going to see me maybe do something really stupid here, and I called the wrong play. I wasn't paying attention to what button I hit, and I wound up calling a run play when I meant to call a screen pass. Anyway, last thing with the ads, back to that. And one of the other things I've started doing recently is I've started taking the ads and putting them up on my other YouTube channel, which is just under Michael Carter. You don't have to subscribe there. There's really just nothing there. Like, I take them and I see if they clear the copyright screening process, and then I automatically private them. So that way, there's really nothing there. It's like just little compilations of the ads and everything, make sure everything goes through. And so, from there... Anyway, I don't know what I'm doing at this point, sorry. Back to the game. I think Cincinnati gets one more chance here. They kind of blow it, and the Rams wind up winning, and Odell Beckham Jr. is the MVP of the game. That's probably not going to play out in real life. I'm guessing if Odell Beckham Jr. or Cooper Kupp puts up big numbers, that means Matthew Stafford puts up big numbers, and he's probably going to wind up being the MVP in that scenario. I don't see them not giving Matthew Stafford... giving it to a receiver when it wouldn't be... Okay, I think you understand what I mean. In that scenario, it would probably just be Matthew Stafford winning it. I mean, the only way I could see it is if Cooper Kupp makes some really, really big catches, but then, Stafford throws like 4 interceptions. And the Rams still win. So, I guess that could possibly happen. But, I don't know if it would play out the way it has in this game.
Boy, could I go for a nice cold light beer from Miller. I thought I'd just pop in at my favorite hangout and have one with the guys. While the whole gang drinks light. Oh, sure, there's a lot of other light beers around, But we all agree that light beer from Miller tastes terrific. And get this, it's less filling.
John, how many times have I told you, use the door, huh?
I forgot, I'm sorry.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Like I was saying, light beer tastes great. And another thing.
Had a tough day at the office and an even tougher day at home?
Louder! Yes, dear!
Kids getting on your nerves?
I deserve more!
Relax. Next week, Amazing Stories moves to Monday night.
What a day!
An amazing Monday for the whole family. Next week.
Wow, so that last one was a promo for the old NBC anthology series Amazing Stories, produced by Steven Spielberg. And, you know, I don't really remember much of them. I was more of a CBS watcher when I was a kid, obviously, because where we grew up at the time, we were in Fargo, North Dakota, and that's more Minnesota Vikings territory. And back then, NFC programming was on CBS, and AFC programming was on NBC. So you didn't always watch NBC at that time. And so I vaguely remember Amazing Stories here and there. I think probably the most well-known one in my book was a short called Family Dog, which, in retrospect, is sort of historic because it is an early animation work from Brad Bird, who is, of course, the director of movies like The Incredibles and Ratatouille and The Iron Giant, and also famously co-created Krusty the Clown on The Simpsons. So, there's that. And also Kevin Costner was in one, and I saw that in a later special that Fox did on the history of science fiction on television that William Shatner and I think Carrie Fisher hosted. Someone from Star Wars did. It was William Shatner and at least one, Carrie Fisher. Anyway, I guess a couple more things to wrap up, then we'll wrap this up. And, one other thing is, you might notice in my previous Madden thumbnail, there was this weird kind of like sketchy-ish black and white picture on there. That is Super Bowl IV. The only surviving video footage that's not the NFL Films recap is from the Canadian broadcast, which was in black and white. So there's all this stuff that says CBS in color, Super Bowl IV in color, but the footage is all in black and white. So that's why there's that weird picture there of Joe Cap getting drilled. Anyway, oh boy, I hope that's not taken out of context. All right, let's wrap this up. So the next video is going to be the full season recap for the Book of Boba Fett. Then hopefully I'll get around to seeing Death on the Nile this weekend. I'm not entirely sure. And like I said, probably on Sunday, the random trade review on Spider-Man Spider Hunt will be up. I had to push it back to Sunday. It's just a long episode, and I'm really in a time crunch right now. So I need to try to buy as much time as I can. But it'll probably be up early Sunday morning. So there won't be too much to worry about there. See you all next time.